First Amendment is so important, particularly in today's day and age, where the country is very divided politically. And we see people really having trouble hearing each other and listening to each other. But without the First Amendment, it would be even harder because the government could go and arrest people that they didn't agree with, or they could tell you, you have to stop doing that, or we're going to put you in a camp or something. And so the First Amendment is really important because the only way that the political process can work is for people to be able to express their views, to talk to each other without fear of some kind of criminal sanction. Now, you've been hearing a lot about the First Amendment, and what we're going to talk about today is the First Amendment right to free speech. Now, you probably know that according to the First Amendment, the government cannot restrict your right to speak except in certain circumstances. But what this case that we're going to talk about now, Wooley v. Maynard, it actually gives us some new information about the First Amendment. It deals with our right not to speak or not to be compelled to say things that we don't agree with. This case came out of the state of New Hampshire, and it dealt with license plates. In New Hampshire, all of the license plates have the state motto, and the state motto is live free or die. And that's actually a little ironic because in New Hampshire, at least at the time this case took place, prisoners made the license plates in New Hampshire. Now there was this guy, he did not agree with the motto. He said, you can't compel me to say live free or die. Well, because this is what makes the First Amendment interesting, he took his case all the way to the United States Supreme Court. Kind of interesting because we've got sort of a David and Goliath type situation, right? Little guy, one guy, doesn't like the state motto, stayed in New Hampshire on every license plate. But actually, this was a case where David won. But the state motto, it didn't meet any state interest that was more important than his right to refrain from expressing his own viewpoint. And so nowadays, you don't have to say live free or die. You pretty much don't have to say anything that you don't want to say. And that's all thanks to the case of Wooley v. Maynard.